2 rounds of letters, you now know who your guys are. And in my case, I went from 1450 to 356. Statistically, you're going to end up with 40 to 50% of the people that you think you have. Okay? Now, one play is leave them in the Reliance system if you want to, if you have their email address, and let the Reliance system, the back end of Lead Street, let it drip on them if you want to. My world, and I know I go contrary to Buffini on this, my world was, Buffini talked about A's, B's, and C's, and we're going to try to move people over time. I found that to be very costly, personally. You can do it however you want to. My deal became, you're either an A or you're not. You're either one of my guys or you're not. And if you're not, I'm gonna take the money I would have spent on you, thinking I might move you to be one of my guys, when the reality is you're not. And I'm gonna put that money back on my guys. I'm going to burrow in deeper with my guys, because that's my category. My guys are my category. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I get it. Not everybody likes me. I became good with that over time.
It's hard to accept, isn't it?
Well, it is hard to accept, but when you're, I don't know, it worked for me.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes you. You don't like me. That's okay. I'm good. I like me. And then we're going to launch what's referred to as a 6 and 6 program. It can be an 8 and 8, a 4 and 4. I don't care. What you've got to do now is you have to reconnect in their minds. You in real estate, you in real estate, you in real estate. Just because they know you does not mean they're going to connect the dots of using you for a real estate transaction. They can see you at church every Sunday. It doesn't mean they're going to call you if you don't set out to make that connection. Okay? I mean, I have stories about talking to various people about all these things. I just know this to be true, so I won't bore you with more stories.
You know, I had a guy in one of my groups that I'm a member of, and I thought everybody knew I was a realtor. He thought I was a mortgage lender. So, like, one day he comes up to me and starts talking to me about refinancing his house. And I was like, well, you really need to speak to a mortgage. I mean, I told him what I could, because we have to know, a certain amount of that information. But he was like, oh, is that not what you do? Did you change careers? I was like, no, I sell real estate.
It's a secret.
He was totally blown away by that.
It's a secret.
Totally.
And that's not it. I mean, honestly, that's your fault, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's never their fault that they don't think of us. It's our fault that we're not coming to them on a regular basis with valuable things.
That's right.
Okay. I'm telling you, you want to ramp your business up really quickly. You want to really do something that'll change things. This is it. And it's much more cost effective than you going out and trying to enhance your website, right? And do all this. I'll do all this other stuff. Start with this. This is massive. Most people don't do it, by the way. Even though they acknowledge it's a great idea, nobody does it. I don't know why. So 6 and 6 designed to create the #1 position and connect those dots. You need to send them something 6 weeks in a row. Okay, some of the things might be meet the team or an affiliation announcement. So those of you that just joined the company, it's easier. Even though you told them in the letter, send them another announcement, just a postcard saying, here's my new contact information. I'm now with RE/MAX. It's just easier for you to be able to do that. Some of the things, you can send them a book list, books that you think are awesome books, okay, that you've read, which means you should be reading books, which I think everybody should be anyway. Something that's inspirational, real estate investment information, where are interest rates, where are they going, right? Find some article somewhere that you read because you're a realtor that the general public doesn't read, which means you need to subscribe to Inman News. You need to subscribe to Realty Times. You need to start perusing the Wall Street Journal, because most people don't read the Wall Street Journal. You've got to do something to bring value to the table for your client. If you want to send them seeds in the spring for their garden, that's awesome. But in today's environment, with the internet and with all the knowledge that's out there, I'm not going to call you because you gave me seeds for my garden like I used to back in the 70s. And I'm not going to necessarily use you because you're the pumpkin person who brings me pumpkins at Halloween. And I appreciate the flag on the 4th of July. But in today's world, with the information that's out there, And with the realtor value proposition being your ability to interpret information for me, that's not going to work anymore. It can be 3 of your touches, and that's fine. But there has to be an information component in today's world. That's where we are, like it or not. Which means you're going to have to read things the general public doesn't read. Okay, so Realty Times is a great source. Inman News is a great source. Inman News is going to cost you $99 a year. They'll send you an email every day. Right?
How do you spell that?
INMAN news.com. Brad Inman is the guy. There's also a blog you can sign up for that's 1,000 watt. Those guys are really on it. We had them come and speak a couple of years ago. They write a real estate blog. Yesterday they did a deal about Chris Smith and Curator. If you've ever been to, ever done the water cooler thing? Anybody ever watched the water cooler with Chris Smith and that other guy? This is real estate insider back end stuff, is what it is. Wall Street Journal, you don't have to read the journal every day. You might want to read the journal once a week. Somebody, maybe you guys divide this up. Somebody needs to read the Wall Street Journal. Somebody else needs to subscribe to Inman. Y'all throw it in a pot. You exchange information about it. Resend it back out to your people. That's where we are today. We don't like it. Our old model used to be we had the information. Now the model is we have to interpret the information at a higher level than you can. What are interest rates doing?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Does it matter? Oh yeah, it matters.
It matters.
Right?
Good time to buy a house.
It is a great. Why is it? Why are people coming out of the woodwork to buy houses right now?
They think it's going to go up.
They think rates are going to go up.
Yeah, look at the yield.
It's one of the cornerstones of our industry is if rates are flat or the theory is they're going to go down, nobody buys. As soon as the rumor is rates are going to rise, everybody starts buying houses. It works inversely to the stock market. When you own a stock and it's going up, you don't sell it. But as soon as it ticks down a little bit off of its high, you're like, oh, okay, this is enough profit. I'd hate to ride this thing all the way back down again. It works inversely to the stock market. When rates are low or trending lower, nobody buys. When the rumor is rates are going to go up, everybody's like, well, this is not as low as rate as it's been, but I'd hate to miss this opportunity. Let's go buy something right now. This is good enough. And that's what we have going on in the marketplace right now. That's something the public doesn't realize. Forget, I said that little ditty to somebody the other day. Really smart guy. And he goes, wow, I never thought of it that way. I go, well, I think too much sometimes. But he goes, that does make perfect sense. Is that why people are buying houses right now? Because in Springfield, the market's just stupidly nuts. And I'm like, yeah, that's why. Because there's multiple offers on stuff again, and you know, all that stuff that goes on with when interest rates are trending up. So now what? Okay. Oh, there you go. Inman News, Realty Times. Harvard Business Review is another one. Go to the NAR website, realtor.org. It's free.